Hello, everyone. This is our National Week of Prayer. And so thank you to all of our churches and ministers involved in this annual campaign in some way, always this first week of the year. The day one focus was praying for our nation. I thought that was really good for us in Nebraska concerning our Grow Big Red vision to reach 10% of Nebraska for the Lord and to essentially tie the Nebraska back to God. I'm also excited to announce that next week is our leadership tour. Leroy and I, as your executive officers, will be traveling around the state, visiting each section Monday through Friday, bringing everybody together at a meal and discussing vision and business items coming up for our council in 3 months. Now, the big item I want to discuss is a major change that I'm proposing for our current ministers' tithes and dues structure. You'll remember we have a two-tiered approach, and it's been that same model in our network for the last several decades. It also should be very fresh, having just completed our credential renewal season. I brought this idea up with our presbytery and some of our lead pastors, but it's not completely shaped just yet. So we want your input and your prayers. As with any organization, as we age through the year, sometimes we have to adjust our structures to accommodate our vision and our culture. And that's a big deal for us in Nebraska because of our core values: connection, collaboration, empowerment, and accountability. Each of these talk about working together as a team. So if our structures are pushing us apart or creating division, if they're hindering growth or stunting multiplication, then we need to consider adjusting them. And I think that could be the case for this one. That's why I'm going to propose a one-tiered approach, which would also be a one-stop shop for giving of ministers into the network, and a one-size-fits-all model that everyone would be giving the same fair amount monthly to support our ministry. Now, this could be a big change. For some, it might be very hard to implement. For others, it could be a huge relief. But it shouldn't surprise us that this is such an outside-of-the-box idea. When I was first elected 6 years ago this very week, from that day till now, I've challenged us within our vision to be creative, to try something new, and to take a risk. Well, this idea will certainly be one that fits up to those goals. So you don't want to miss this meeting. I know several already told me they couldn't make it because of prior commitments, and I totally get that. But this is a tour. We're traveling across the state, and so we could be at a section neighboring yours either earlier in the same day or the night before, and it would be well worth the drive for you to come out and be part of that meeting. Or if you can, come to both. The more, the merrier. We love all ministers, spouses, and emerging leaders to be there with us. So please, come out to the Network Leadership Tour next week. Be with Leroy and I. Let's have some fun getting together and talking about how we can keep building the kingdom of God here in Nebraska, in our nation, and around the world. So until next week, always walk holy, work hard, and worship Him. We'll see you soon. God bless.